All right. I believe it's 4 o'clock, so I'll call to order the Historic Preservation Commission of the City of Eureka. There's a land acknowledgement, which I will take as read unless someone wishes me to read it. First item of business is the roll call. May we have a roll call?
Commissioner Loring?
Present.
Try that again. Commissioner Loring?
Present.
Commissioner Thayer?
Present.
Commissioner Herlihy?
Present.
Commissioner Knight?
Present.
Commissioner Sievertson?
Here.
Commissioner Smith?
Here.
And Commissioner Summers.
Here.
Thank you.
Thank you. First order of business, second order of business is the oath of office for me. Would you like to read the oath?
Yeah. City Clerk Pam Powell is going to read it to you since you are the acting chair. Apparently the chair reads it to the members, but since you're the acting chair, Pam will do it.
Alrighty, what I'll do is if you'll raise your right hand, and then when I point to you, say your name, and then at the end, after I read this, if you say I do or I affirm. So I
Ted Loring.
do solemnly affirm that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California and the Charter of the City of Eureka, that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter in the capacity of Commissioner for the Historic Preservation Commission for the City of Eureka.
I so swear.
Thank you, and thank you for your years of service. We appreciate it.
I hesitate to say it's fun, but there are fun elements. Election of officers. Do we have nominations for the position of chair?
I'd like to nominate Ted Loring for chair.
Are there any other nominations? I sense you don't want to nominate anybody else. Any objection to appointing me as chair for the coming year?
I'll second her nomination.
Hearing no objections, so ordered. Are there nominations for the position of vice chair? Someone has to speak. We can have a volunteer or we can have a voluntold.
I'd like to nominate Bruce.
Right. Bruce, are you willing to accept the nomination?
Pardon?
Are you willing to accept the nomination?
Yes.
All right. Any other nominations? Any objections to appointing Bruce to be vice chair for the coming year? So ordered. All right. Next item of business is the approval of the minutes. The minutes were distributed with the packet. Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes you'd like to bring forward? Hearing no additions or corrections, are there any objections to adopting the minutes as distributed? Hearing no objections, the minutes are approved. Public hearings, nothing's changed, none. New public, continued, new, no. Any old business, none. New business, we have a conflict of interest presentation.
Hello, and my name's Pam Powell. If you have not met me, I'm the city clerk for the City of Eureka. And so recently I sent out an email to all of you, and let me know if you haven't received that. But the email kind of explained how we go through the process every 2 years of updating our conflict of interest code. And this year it was updated in August, and upon legal advice, we were advised to add the Historic Preservation Commission and the Design Review Committee. And the reason for that is because you are indeed kind of a regulatory commission. You don't just advise the council but you actually make decisions that, granted, they can be appealed, but you make decisions regarding property in the city of Eureka. So everyone is advised of if they have a conflict, they should speak up. When you're for all boards and commissions, being added to the designated filer status for our official conflict of interest code does. It's a checks and balances to make sure that you don't have a business interest, or just it's transparent what your interests are if something were to come before you that you had to make a decision on. So I just wanted to give you a little background as to why we added both you and the Design Review Commission. There's two types of filers. Excuse me, I'm fighting a little bit of asthma today, so I've been doing that a lot. So there's 87-200 filers, and that is the City Council, the Mayor and City Council, the Planning Commission. They've always filed a Form 700, and then certain designated positions within the city manager, city attorney, and finance director. They file a Form 700 and it goes to the state. Designated filers, such as what you have now been designated to be, the forms that you fill out come to my office and they reside here in the city. All of these forms, of course, are a PRA. They're a public records document. So if somebody from the public wants to see it, they can, and we can release it. If I were to release a Form 700 for you, I would redact your address and probably your contact information, just to let you know that. I don't like having our public, your private address shouldn't be like out there for everyone. So I just wanted to let you know about that. Let's see. So along with the Form 700, we have it's called AB 1234 training, and that is an ethics course that designated filers are required to take every year. In your email, I sent you a link where you can take that training on the Secretary of State website. It's about a 2-hour course. And you can stop and start it. You don't have to complete it all in one sitting. And honestly, I do it when I have to take my training. I do it a lot of times during the day while I'm doing other things. Just however you want to manage that time. We do offer AB 1234 ethics courses in person, but I don't have a schedule for those for the upcoming year. Those are done through our county and city partnership in trainings for public officials. So if I do see one come out that's going to be in person, I will definitely put that information out to you. So for the Form 700, the one that I sent out, it was just a sample from last year, and the new one I'll probably receive it right around the 1st of January from the state of California, and I'll get those out to you right away. The very last deadline for it is April 1st, so I do encourage you to complete one and get it into me as soon as possible. I'll have a deadline assigned to that when I send it out to you in an email. On the ethics course, we would like you to take it within the next 6 months, but if you don't want to take the online course, we will allow you to wait until an in-person course is offered. So with that, do you have any questions for me about what's going on?
Questions?
Question. Pam, is the ethics training the same one that I would have taken with the police department?
It's probably a little different than that one. But I can check into it and I can see if it's compatible, if it meets the requirement of AB 1234. So I will ask them.
Yeah, I have no problem taking it again, but I was
Yeah.
just checking.
Sure.
Thank you.
Other questions? Yeah, I'm dying to get into the nature of what a conflict is, but I presume that's be covered in the training.
Yes, it is. It talks about, gives a lot of real life examples of, your employer or family member, those kinds of things. So, you're making a decision based and how you, should recuse yourself or not recuse, what constitutes a recusal, for sure.
Any other questions? Then I thank you for your information, and I'd remind the commission to look for the email. Actually, you can take the training now, I presume.
Yes, the
Okay.
link is live and you can sign in and do that training whenever you would like.
And then look for the email sometime in the new year.
Yes, it should be the first week of January. So, and I just want to thank you. I know this is an added requirement, and to your volunteer service with the city. So we do appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Anything under Directors' Reports and Communications?
I don't have anything except hopefully Senior Planner Lisa Savage will be back for your next meeting in December.
Okay. Any other reports or communications from the commissioners? If not, then we open the public comment period, and I will ask the audience if there's anyone in the audience who wishes to address the commission on a matter within our jurisdiction. Seeing no one in the audience, no one approaching the microphone, I'll close the public comment period.
There's no one online except for staff, so they would have said something because they're allowed to
Okay,
comment as well.
thank you. Is there any reason we should not adjourn? We are adjourned till our December meeting date. Thank you all for your time.
Thank you guys all for coming.